أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. Dear audience, Assalamu alaikum. Today's talk is a very important talk on the topic of the mountains and the earth, on the topic of the geology, the knowledge of our own planet earth, and what does Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says and guides in his divine book about the mountains and the earth. I'll seek references from the Kitabullah, verse number 53 of Surah Fussilat, verse number 15 of Surah An-Nahl, and verse number 6 and 7 of Surah An-Naba. I'm starting today's talk with the permission of the Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with the recitation of the verse number 53 of the Surah Fussilat. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is addressing here, Sanurihim ayatina fil afaki wa fi anfusihim hatta yatabayyana lahum annahu al-haq. Awalam yakfi bi rabbika annahu ala kulli shay'in shaheed. Meaning, in time we shall make them fully understand our messages through what they perceive in the utmost horizons of the universe and within themselves, so that it will become clear unto them that this revelation is indeed the truth. Still, is it not enough for them to know that your sustainer is witness unto everything? Let us seek and pay heed to the message of the Kitabullah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is addressing Sanurihim ayatina, that I will make them know, I will let them see some of our signs, fil afaki, in the utmost horizons of the universe, wa fi anfusihim, and within themselves, hatta yatabayyana lahum, up to the point that it becomes clear unto them, clear to the deniers of the truth, annahul haq, that this revelation, this Kitabullah is al-haq, is the ultimate truth. Awalam yakfi bi rabbika annahu ala kulli shay'in shaheed. Is it not enough that your sustainer, your Rabb, your God, the one and only one God, is a witness on each and everything? Now I'm moving to Surah An-Nahl, and I'm going to recite verse number 15 of the Surah An-Nahl, where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is speaking to whole of the humanity. وَأَلْقَى فِي الْأَرْضِ رَوَاسِيَ أَن تَمِيدَ بِكُمْ وَأَنْهَارًا وَسُبُلًا لَعَلَّكُمْ تَهْتَدُونَ. And he has placed firm mountains on earth, lest it sway with you, and rivers and paths, so that you might find your way. Let us pay heed to the message of the Kitabullah. This book is a divine book from the creator of the heavens and the earth. And who can know his creation better than the creator himself? So he's speaking here, Va'alka fil ardi ravasiya, that he has placed firm mountains on the earth. An tamida bikum, lest it sway with you, so that you may not feel dizzy. You may find balance on this earth. Wa anharan, and the rivers. Wa subulal la'allakum tahtadun, and he has placed the paths on this earth so that you might find guidance. Now I'm moving to Surah An-Naba, which is the 78th chapter of the Kitabullah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is speaking in verse number 6 of the Surah An-Naba. Alam naj'alil arda mihada. Have we not made the earth a resting place for you? Wal jibala autada, and the mountains as its pegs, as its stakes. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has described in the Kitabullah, in these verses, and further references can be sought from the verse number 31 of the Surah Al-Anbiya, where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has spoken and addressed to whole of the humanity that He has placed firm mountains on this earth. And these mountains, they act like pegs, they act like stakes, and they provide the balance and stability which is needed for the mankind to live on this planet, on this earth. Without these mountains, it will not be possible for the humanity to move around on this planet. There will be, without these mountains, there will be a state of imbalance, and everything will be just like floating. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has spoken here and told about His creation, the mountains, more than 1400 years ago. And in the recent past, the science and the geology has discovered a few facts about the mountains, and I would like to bring this to the attention of the whole of the humanity. If we see the Earth's structure, it's made of 4 distinct layers. As you can see on this diagram, the outermost part is called the solid outer crust. It is followed by the mantle, and the third layer is the liquid outer core, followed by the inner solid core. Each layer of the earth has a unique composition and physical state and has an impact on the life on our planet. An important terminology which is used in geology in terms of Earth's layer, in addition to these 4 layers which I have described, is these 2 layers which I am going to describe, lithosphere and Athenosphere. They are very important, and they have got a direct impact on the life on the planet Earth. Lithosphere is the crust, solid crust, and the uppermost part of the mantle which is solid. So this is called lithosphere. So this lithosphere is not a single body, but rather it is divided into different parts. These parts are geologically they are called tectonic plates, and that part of the mantle which lies beneath the lithosphere is not solid. It is actually a liquid, just like a paste, a very viscous paste liquid, as we see when the lava comes out of the volcanoes. It has a similar consistency. It has the same consistency as the lava, and it's made of rocks which are partly molten. It is actually liquid, and it is in a constant state of motion, and it is constantly moving beneath the lithosphere. This layer is called Athenosphere. So this liquid Athenosphere is basically is what on which the lithosphere or the tectonic plates of the earth, they are floating. So what does the mountain do? So it is a very important term which is used in our common language, called tip of an iceberg. Only 10% of the iceberg is seen above the level of the ocean, and almost 90% of that iceberg is submerged in the ocean. So what we see of the volume of that iceberg is only 10% of its true volume or of its representation, but 90% of that iceberg is submerged in the ocean. Similarly, the mountains, the projections which we see on the surface of the earth, the mountains, they're also projecting down into the earth's crust. So the mountains, they have got roots, and they go far beyond into the earth's crust. And what they do, they push the earth's crust down into the mantle, and they act like pegs, as stakes, and they have got a pivotal role to create a state of balance in these moving tectonic plates. And the mountains, they act like stakes and pegs, as described in the Kitabullah, Furqan Hamid, Kitab Aziz. Indeed, no one can know better than the Creator Himself. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has described this phenomena about His creation, the mountains, more than 1400 years ago in this revealed knowledge. I seek Allah's forgiveness if there's any shortcoming in the delivery of the message. رَبَّنَا لَا تُؤَاخِذْنَا إِن نَّسِينَا وَأَخْطَأْنَا رَبَّنَا وَلَا تَحْمِلْ عَلَيْنَا إِصْرًا كَمَا حَمَلْتَهُ عَلَى الَّذِينَ مِن قَبْلِنَا رَبَّنَا وَلَا تُحَمِّلْنَا مَا لَا طَاقَةَ لَنَا بِهِ وَاعْفُ عَنَّا وَاغْفِرْ لَنَا وَارْحَمْنَا أَنْتَ مَوْلَانَا فَانصُرْنَا عَلَى الْقَوْمِ الْكَافِرِينَ. جزاكم الله خير.